Can you share your story and what the early days were like with Katherine?
Yeah, Katherine, in early scans during the pregnancy, they could see that there were some anomalies. So we knew that she would be born with some differences and that she would eventually need to have her foot amputated and to receive a prosthesis. So that was the early stages of what she would need.
Yeah. So right when she was born, she had a relatively normal newborn phase, I guess. But we knew that eventually she'd need a prosthesis, and so about a year and a half old, we kind of scheduled. She actually needed a surgery, and then got her fitted for her first prosthesis right around then. And yeah, it was a learning curve for her and for us, figuring out how to walk.
How does Katherine currently use a prosthesis? Like, what activities does she do? How often does she wear it? Any challenges?
She uses it all the time. She uses it just to be a normal kid, I guess. She has a walking leg and a running blade, and she uses them both pretty interchangeably, although she really likes the running leg more. Helps her, be able to keep up with her siblings, with the other kids at school, and she just lives a normal life. We've had her in softball, we have tried dance classes, we've kind of done it all, and she's crushing it.
How does Katherine react with coping emotionally and socially? Do you notice any differences?
With Katherine, she likes making friends, and I would say that she has never really struggled with making friendships. In fact, we would say some kids are especially drawn to her with her prosthesis, and they think it's cool and they want to get to know her for that. So we love seeing all that goodness in the world through Katherine. But it wasn't an issue when she was really little. She didn't see the difference in herself compared to other kids, but now it is becoming a factor. And even though it doesn't affect the world, it affects how she sees herself. So we're working with her to try and make her feel empowered and strong, even though that she does look different than other kids she knows.
What Katherine support system do you and Katherine currently have?
We rely a lot on our family. We're lucky enough to live near a lot of our family, and we have a really good church community as well, and so that has been really key. And at school, she's got, just got her friends and play dates and all that. But one other thing we found has been really helpful is particularly because as she's getting older, she's realizing the difference herself. That when we do have the opportunities to be around other kids who also have limb differences, prostheses themselves, she loves that. So we don't get to do that too often, but when we do, it's a big highlight for her.
Yeah, and we are kind of exploring the idea of taking her to therapy soon. So she can talk with a therapist and be able to feel that her identity isn't less than anyone else's because she's different, but to hopefully help her feel strong in her differences and make it something that she's proud of.
What barriers or unmet needs have you experienced in accessing medical care, therapy, equipment, or school accommodations?
It's an interesting question because it does feel like there are, because of the type of difference, I guess, it's a little bit less common, you might say, and so it does feel like maybe school principals, teachers, they're a little bit less aware of just kind of what to do and how to handle it. But we've kind of taken that as a sign to just not focus on the difference either. Just, not even really try to pre-prep her teachers or anything. She just goes to class and she just does her activities and she has kind of a normal life in that way.
Yeah, and certainly insurance is hard for everybody in this country, and we just have to deal with it, I think, maybe more frequently than the average person. So that's always a challenge and a frustration for us. But I would say SCP is especially good at navigating that and helping patients with that. So we've been blessed with that help, so we can get her the legs that she needs as often as she needs them.
What goals do you and Katherine have, and how can professionals best support those goals?
Yeah, at this age, Katherine is 9. She'll be 10 in a few days, actually, and she just wants to feel like a regular kid, and she wants to be able to run and play, and there is a point in everyone's life where running isn't a spontaneous activity. You plan for it and you prepare for it and you're wearing the right shoes. But as a kid, it's just regular, let's go run and go to recess. And she always just wants to feel like she's one of the crowd and can participate like any kid can. So that's always our goal, is that she can feel like she can participate in anything that her classmates do and her friends do. But she's kind of just her own personality. She's a little bit shying away from some of the more physical things.
Yeah, which, yeah, like you said, personality, that might have been true no matter what. You know, she's very artistic and loves music and those sorts of things, which is great. So yeah, goal-wise, just helping her continue to explore what she just genuinely loves and wants to do.
What advice would you give to another family who has a child with limb difference or limb loss?
Yeah, we have enjoyed seeing Katherine grow up and being part of her life, and the way we navigate her going into new situations is we don't really prep anybody. We just kind of sign her up for softball or put her in a summer camp, and we don't tell everyone like, just so you're aware, like, she's a regular kid and they don't need to be prepped in any other way other than to treat her like all the other kids in a camp or in a group. So that's kind of how we've navigated it, is we've never tried to show that she's different, but that she can just join others, and she's certainly capable of doing everyday activities, and there's really no prep that they need anyhow.
Yeah, and honestly, one thing that we've always tried to do, and we're still trying to do, I don't know if, but what we try to do is just really like hype her up and help her to own it, because we feel like it is awesome, and we feel like genuinely all the other kids, all the other adults certainly that ever see her, the reaction 100% of the time has always been like, oh, that's so cool, like how inspiring, how neat, how special that is. So yeah, it's just like getting her to feel that way and kind of live that, I think, is what we're trying to do.